Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. This one, we're going to be doing Cliff. Before we start, let's put this here. Hyena. But also, before we start or as we're starting, if you want to play this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. And if you want to support the people that make this game, and or get the most up-to-date version, then you can go to their Patreon. Oh right, need to press auto. But yeah, it's just doing this right now to give me a little bit of a break, but even more importantly, to re-summarize what happened at the beginning of the game. Because this was, like, more or less 5 months ago when I posted the first one. Still haven't posted it. Because I do these things well ahead of time. Because I think the most recent video I posted was Red Dead Redemption's, where we get that guy off the island's prison. Yeah, I like doing videos well ahead of time, just in case I'm busy. Or, you know, mentally not well, which is kind of funny because I'm mentally not well. Or Let's Plays. I don't know, I just like playing video games. And anyways, not including just this game and also Echo, you know, about mentally not doing well. The story, basically, you know, as we're going along here, is Sam wants to get out of town. Spent 2 years here and he's sick of the town. So he saved up some money, which includes 3 gold coins, and, you know, just prior, met Jack, who showed him a few things, and who said, hey, how would you get your money and we get out of town? So we did. In the dead of night, we left without telling anyone, and brought our gold coins to the mine, where Jack's like, hey, you just go into the mine with me because I have gold that I just couldn't take out of the mine. So we're gonna go do that, at which point he's gonna be like, hey, it's over there. We go over there, whacks us in the back of the head, and tries to take your gold coins and leave. But then we fight him to, you know, so he doesn't take all of our money, which ends up killing him. And we kill him, at which point we were like, oh crap, I just murdered somebody. Also, there's gold coins are on the ground, and then we knock over the lantern, try to get the gold coins, but then feel, yeah, that's where he's hitting us. At which point we feel the devil on our right behind us, and run, panicking, screaming, out of the mine, and meet Nick, who, you know, the big badger, who's like, dude, what the hell happened? The back of your head is open, and like, we're fine, gonna leave. At that point, we go back to the brothel, try to patch ourselves up just a little bit, and then the rest of the brothel find us, we get patched up. We say that, oh, we were just beat up by some ruffians, and then, let's see, yeah, time passes, they find the body, there's a riot, and at that point, me and several other people are at the brothel, where they go, okay, who do you want to spend the night with? Which is who you choose for the thing. Yep, and that's where we killed the guy. At which point, we picked William because I was like, well, a bit of a gamble, but I'm going to tell the sheriff immediately what happened. So that, you know, what happens, or he's like, let's make sure. Okay, it definitely seems like you're not bullshitting me. So, cool. We're not going to turn you in, because that might actually get you killed. We're pretty much not going to talk about it, apparently. But this time we're going for Cliff, because he's the person we were going to stick with in the beginning, because he's cute. And also, he's the only completed fruit for this game, I believe. But it'll be interesting seeing how the game plays. Because it's like, I wonder if it's going to be mostly the same thing. Like, pretty much the same stories, but, you know, different perspective. Or if, like, Huxley Green the rat is going to still be alive or something like that. Who knows? Cynthia. If I had to smooch anybody in this game, it would be her. Because she's cute, she's nice, and she has a little bit of fire to her. Like, she knows how to hold her own. Is that the right phrase? She doesn't really take bullshit. There's this guy, who we've only seen for this thing, though I wonder if he's in other parts. It's kind of weird when they have, like, third-party characters that are only in for a scene or something. It's weird that the main characters seems to be very religious. I don't wonder what the rabbit guy's deal is anyways. So you're gonna have your head ripped off. Maybe. Hello, I'm British. It's kind of weird how the glasses just kind of stick to the side of the head. Ah, ruffian music. Dear me. And we're here too. Very colorful eyes. Oh yeah. Completely forgot about this. Well, I'm probably gonna have to censor stuff anyways. Here's a penis. Really did like that part in where you basically confess and he's just like, well, just making sure you ain't bullshitting me. And here's the plan. For you to not get killed. I'll be short. Your kind usually is. With that much neck fluff, they would be very musky. Just saying. Okay. Time to move things back to normal. Ish. What was their saves anyways? Okay, there's that many saves. Hyena. That thing where it's like, here's baseball, and then it's like, oh, here's Eldritch Horse. Like, wait, what? Fit Cliff's in bookings. Let's see. Cliff, Murdoch, Nikolai, and William. We'll fit Cliff. Although Fox's wager is tempting, it's still that, a wager. I can't go risking everything when I've already lost so much. The weasel seems the easier mark. Though I could do without those longing stares. You, weasel. He stands at attention for bristling. The name's Clifford Tibbets. Right, Cliff. It's your lucky night. He lingers there for a moment, slack-jawed. Rennick raises his brow at me, a smirk playing at his muzzle after he eyes Cliff up and down. That's what I thought. He pats Cliff's shoulder, startling the weasel out of his trance. Do not try to wear me out, Sam. This one looks excitable. Wear him out, Sam. I beg your pardon? Cliff's getting more flustered by the minute. Murdoch, however, just shrugs, smirk turning into a smug grin. Looks like I was barking up the wrong tree. What was that supposed to mean? Oh, it's nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Enjoy. He saunters off, wearing a toothy smirk, slouching. Cliff casts his eyes to the floor, clutching his satchel tightly in front of him. Come on, follow me. The stoat enters before me, making himself at home before I can even close and lock the door. He looks spryly around the room, floorboards creaking underfoot, only stopping when he passes the mirror to fix the tufts of fur on his head. His clothes still have dirt and blood on them, but he smells better than most of my clients regardless. I take mint over sweat any day. You don't like musk? Quite lovely room you've got here, Samuel. It's very, atmospheric. I can't tell if he's being genuine or talking down to me. His smile seems honest enough, but I've learned not to trust a smile. It's not the worst place to spend an evening, I suppose. The Hip's one of the fancier places in town, after all. Especially in such delightful company. Laying it on a bit thick there. He smiles at me, then sets his satchel down the bed, running a pink paw over the sheets. I follow him there, hoping stray smells don't linger. How are you feeling? Most men aren't exactly ready for action after taking a beating like you did. Furrowing his brow, the stoat sits next to his satchel. Hands clasped together in his lap. That was a weird sound. I'm just here alone, I guess. I'm quite alright, thank you. Just a tad riled, I suppose. Can you believe people are allowed to conduct themselves in such a manner? I sigh. Can't do much about it, I'm afraid. It's just the way things are around here. Surely the sheriff could. Assaulting a stranger in broad daylight? Criminals like that shouldn't be allowed to walk the streets, much less enjoy a drink at the social establishment. If you're lucky, they'll get slapped with a fine and be back home before sundown. Better than the alternative, having them sit in jail for a few days and getting mad as hell when they're let loose. I sit next to him. The bed creaks under the extra weight, but I know it can handle it. He looks around the room. The glasses make his eyes look twice as big as they actually are. Things are already so vastly different from what I expected. Echo's full of surprises. I hear my voice crack in the middle of the sentence as my mind wanders back to Jack for the briefest of moments. Hope he doesn't notice. Truly, as an academic, I'm not sure whether to be intrigued or frightened by the prospect. Intrigued? I feel the wrinkles in my forming grimace. I'm not particularly looking forward to the prospect of having to peel him off the street again. Just be careful. People here, they don't like people like you and me. People like us? What do you mean? Queers. Oh, just keep your head down. You can do that, right? The weasel rolls his eyes. Well, of course, Samuel. I didn't come all the way from Batavia to get snuffed out by some common thugs. Where is that, anyways? Dutch East Indies. Where the fuck is that? Okay, map. So wait, he came from Indonesia? Unless it's Batavia, Illinois? Unless it's one of those things where, like, this universe doesn't exactly have, also had, also historical places, like the Roman Empire. Oh, the Netherlands. I'd have to assume it'd be the Netherlands. The Batavia Republic. Probably that. Anyways, well, of course, yeah. Batavia? Have you heard of it? Not anything beyond what Cynthia told me. I'll take your silence as a no. It's a small nation in Western Europa, not far from the Isles. I hail from its capital. Europa, huh? What's it like? Was it called Europa back then? Flat. He laughs. Actually, I could show you if you'd like. There's that overly familiar tone again. You got pictures or something? In a sense. He reaches for satchel again, taking out a sack of what looks like postcards. The one on top is dressed and worn, its edges frayed. It shows a slanted street with colorful buildings lining a canal that's painted a brilliant blue. Walking the sidewalk are many different species, half of which I've never seen before in my life. Hard to believe a place like that even exists. That's the capital of Batavia, as painted as Athronin van Howilik, 1864. One of my absolute favorites when it comes to his work. To be honest, though I'm rather biased, he offers me the card. I handle it as delicately as I can, but even then, it's about half falling apart in my paws. My father took me to see the actual painting once, in City Hall. Does your family still live there? I hand him the card. My father and sister share our ancestral home. They still send me an occasional letter, but I haven't seen either since I left for the university. As for mother, she passed away about 10 years ago. I'm sorry to hear it. Not really, of course. I don't know any of these people, and I barely know this weasel myself. Don't be, Samuel. That was a long time ago. What about you? Do you have family? A home? I don't have a family. I'm grimacing again. Cliff's eyes widen, and he lets out the smallest of gasps. Like it's some honest-to-God effort. Yeah. He looks away, at the floor, at the walls. Oh, that's... He falls silent for the first time since I've met him. That's all I had to say to shut him up for a second or two. His pink paws return to his little satchel, fingers gliding over the buttons, opening and closing it repeatedly. I squeeze the shoulder to snap him back into reality, but he ends up dropping the little bag and spilling most of its contents, mostly papers, on the floor. The little guy scrambles to pick him up. I'm deeply sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, or hit a sore spot, or... Don't you worry about a thing. His attempts to get the papers end up scattering around the room. He closes his eyes and lets out a long sigh, rubbing the bridge of his snout. Need some help? He looks at me, inside of his ears redder than ever. He nods shakily. I was right. He's cute when he's quiet. I slide down on my knees next to him and grab everything I can get my hands on. There are postcards and pictures along with some papers that have lots of long-sounding words on them I don't quite understand. They're all written in a neat cursive that reminds me of Cynthia. What's all this about? Cliff looks at the papers in my paws, while he stuffs the postcards back in the satchel. They're the notes for my thesis. Hand me those, if you please. Thesis? What's a... Oh no, the order is all scrambled. Yeah. He gathers what looks like a book worth of documents, evening them out and stuffing them back in the satchel. He doesn't get up, instead clasping his paws in his lap once more. All right, that should be all of them. Forgive me, Samuel. I didn't mean to waste our precious time together, behaving so, well, clumsy. Now. He wrings his paws, shuddering his eyes slightly. May I touch you? Ain't that why you're here? I suppose it is, yes. All right, here goes. He reaches out and gently places a hand on my thigh, rubbing it in a circular pattern, squeezing indeterminately. His nose twitches. You smell amazing tonight. What kind of fragrance are you wearing? Just me. He strikes me as the inexperienced type, so I put my paw on his guiding it to my side. He opens his eyes again, looking like I caught him by surprise. He trembles against me, a shaky breath escaping his muzzle. There is more of that mint. Is kissing allowed? I nod, and before he can even brace myself, he leans forward, places his muzzle against mine. I reciprocate, and even though my tongue easily dwarfs his, he doesn't let that stop him deepening the kiss. I can smell his arousal in the air, the musk starting to show through the scent of his perfume. It's strong and a bit different, but it's not really bad scent. When he breaks a kiss, he's left panting, paws strictly to find the buttons on my shirt. Once he gets it off, his paws roam my torso, kneading my muscles, exploring every inch. My goodness, you are built like a house. I don't need to look down to be able to tell he's as hard as can be. I can feel him pressing up against my leg, grinding against me. Pardon my enthusiasm. I've been waiting for this all evening. I'm about to reach for the lump in his pants when he takes hold of my wrist, letting himself fall on his back. I fall with him. He's pinned underneath me now, eyes half-lidded, breathing ragged. I button his vest and shirt while he wrestles with his bow tie, hot breath washing over my neck. He warms away out of his shirts once the buttons are dealt with, letting it fall to the floor underneath. For Bookworm, he's got quite a runner's build. The fur is a nice brown, but splits at the cream color in his jaw, which runs all the way down. I run my paws through his fur on his chest, eliciting gasp from him, soft to the touch, clean, and as fragrant as the rest of him. What happened this afternoon is plain to see. There are scratches and bruises all over him. Fuck, they really did a number on you. I brush my finger over one of the bruises. He clenches his teeth with a grunt. It's a price to pay. It's a price I'm willing to pay for this. Would you mind helping me with my trousers? My pants. He wiggles his legs underneath me, shooting me a sheepish grin. He's already leaking as soon as I undo the button in his pants and tug them down. Pretty talented, Professor. Cliff pulls away at indignity, swallowing and cleaning his mouth off with his wrist. Student. I feel a smirk curling up my face. So you are, in many ways. The weasel shoots me an inquisitive look. You know, I really appreciate what you're doing for me. Learning how to suck cock. Who said we're done? I gesture to my dick, which is throbbing and dribbling. The weasel holds up his paw. But as I'm paying you, is it not traditionally the patron who decides what we can do? I sigh. Well, I suppose you got me there. Hell, I was enjoying that. Oh, perhaps you could turn around. I do. Enjoy my back that much? I roll my shoulder blades forward, feel my muscles stretch and my joints slightly pop. Suddenly, I feel something cold and wet on my taint. It's his nose. Whoa. He starts to lap me there, before traveling up over my rear. He prods, pokes, and lashes me with his tongue, but doesn't push it into me. I stand there wretchedly as he licks me. It feels real good. So good, my tail thrashes, swatting him in the face. Shit. I twirl on him, feeling my eyes go wide, hoping that I didn't hit him too hard. Concern wells up in my chest, but the weasel starts chirping with laughter. Now I'm the one, starting to feel heat blossom in my ears. That was a sloppy mistake. Sorry. It's fine. I should have warned you about what I was going to do at the very least. But I feel it was more effective as a surprise. No kidding. I just want to see if that worked on if what works on women works on men too. And I'm wondering if it means licking. I guess it means licking butthole. Granted, with women there's different techniques involved, and different parts, of course. Okay, I guess he was meaning licking a vagina. You don't get swallowed by tails so easily. You are but a single sample, but the intermediate results were reassuring. I move over him, pressing close, and lift him under the shoulders. Wait, what are you doing? You're getting cheeky. Let's finish this. Finish him. I drag him in bed with me, lying him supine on the sheets below me, holding his wrists. My head bows down as I lock muzzles with him, tasting myself on his tongue, and as he tries to swallow it, and he frantically explores me. I pull from his mouth, and then move to his left nipple, lapping it there as he struggles. Both of our cocks pressed together, both of them drilling between our abs. Then I turn my body entirely, scooting down Cliff's body, and position my legs on top of him, so that my balls are dangling over his nose, and my dick is pointed at his mouth. He's shorter than me, but his torso is longer than mine, proportionately, which allows us to comfortably suck one another at the same time. His squeaks are louder than my grunts, but both of us are to the point where we can't control ourselves anymore. I feel the pressure building in my balls, and my hips are moving without permission of my brain. I try to warm him, but my mouth is full. We're whining together as we feel each other twitch violently. Thick jets of his salty spunk are bursting into my mouth. This sets me off, and I mumble as I spray after spray of my cum empties into his greedy little mouth. Some of seed escapes inside of my cheek and dribbles down the side of my chin due to the power of it. I brush it off and turn around to give him an apologetic grin. Then I freeze. Little Weasel's entire face is splattered with cum. Seems that he couldn't swallow it all. He looks back at me, and I look back at him. We both let out a most raucous laughter. Raucous? He falls back against me, still sticky and smelling like sex, and curls up against my arm. It's suddenly very hard to keep my eyes open. I think that might be a good time to call it since we're over time and that's a scene change. Woof. So, the end of this Let's Play. So, comment, guys, like, comment, what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, always. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, please like, subscribe, and check out the various type of grow. Please remember to spay near and most have control the population. And if you're interested in playing this game, free on itch.io. And if you want for the people that make this game, then go to their Patreon and, get the most update version earlier. $3 a month. And until next time, I'll say, me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Group. So thanks and see ya.